Let's look at the AutoLISP divide function. The divide function will act generally as expected when you divide two numbers. The first number is the dividend and the second number is the divisor. Let's take a look at how that works when we paste it into the command line. We expect 3, we get 3 as a result. Now, because a number can be an integer or a real, the numbers that we pass into our divide function will vary the expected result. We got 3, an integer, as a result when we divided 6 by 2. However, when we divide the real number 6 by the integer 2, now because we're dealing with real numbers, we will get a real number returned instead of an integer. So be wary of that. If we pass only one number into the function, that same number gets returned as itself, since we're not dividing by anything. If we pass no numbers into the function, we get 0 returned since nothing was passed into this function. When we pass more than 2 numbers, so we have our dividend, our divisor, except everything after the first input is our divisor now. So everything beyond gets multiplied together. So the result of multiplying 2 by 3, which is 6, we will divide 12 by 6. So we should expect to see 2 when we evaluate this function. Let's test it in the command line, and we do. We get 2 as our expected result. Never divide by 0, you'll get an error. So if we just type in here, divide 4 by 0, we will get an error because we're not allowed to divide by 0, obviously. And then for my more advanced users, you should experiment with the apply command. We can apply the divide command to a list of numbers. And the same rules apply. These two numbers get multiplied. That turns into our divisor. 12 divided by 6 is going to be 2, so we should expect to see 2 here. Let's test that. We do. We get 2 as our expected result. Again, if we had a real number in here, we get a real number as a result. So let's test that just to confirm. And we do. We get a real number as our returned result. As always, check your AutoLISP documentation in the link below to review inputs and expected return values and even examples.